That's like hardwired into our DNA as human beings, that we bond together over hardship, and that we break bread, so to speak, in order to bond us closer together? Like, what is your thought process behind that?
You can see where, well, let me put it this way. Imagine if the opposite was true, that when you put a group of people in a situation and things get testy,
Mm-hmm.
things get hard, that they all go, right, what would that have done? What does that do for a group, you know?
Right.
Like, you need to be yeah. So I mean, I think that, like, just as humans, that there's some sense of pulling in and grouping up and having one another's backs in times when things are a little nasty. That makes a hell of a lot of sense to me, because you're not gonna get anything done in the opposite scenario.
Yeah, good
I
point.
think in some ways, like, I can leave experiences of mine, you know, wilderness travel experiences of mine, where when someone isn't able to make that jump to become a team member and pull their own weight, there is a very there is a very certain tendency to ostracize that individual, man.
Of
It's
course.
like, it's deep. Do you know what I mean? It's like
Yes.
inexcusable. I remember I was talking to a guy, my uh, friend of a friend, and he was talking about his fishing camp where he goes to fish every year. And I remember him saying, this always stuck. He probably didn't even think about it, but it always sticks with me. He was saying, man, at that camp, you got to wait in line if you want to wash a dish. And I remember being like, that is a solid observation. You know what I mean? Like, that kind of like pulling your weight, man. And that stuff brings that out, you know, because things are a little bit harder, right? It's easy to pull your weight when everything's easy.
Yeah. Well, there's no weight to pull when it's easy.
Yes.
It's yeah. Well, and I think too we're quite literally the descendants of people who learned to band together as team members in order to quite literally survive some horrific and tragic circumstances and situations that frankly we don't have to deal with anymore. We have to choose to put ourselves in those environments.